Good morning, everyone. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is a broad spectrum reading, so you need to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. It is originally set for Wednesday, November 16th, and it is not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date, but it still makes sense, by all means utilize it. If you're new to the channel, please check out the drop down menu. In there is what decks I'm using, how to support the channel. You can do that by hitting like, subscribe, leaving me a question or comment, or sharing the video out. And I may be referring back to the Sunday underpinning energy. That video populates in the lower left hand corner of this reading. So let's see what's going on with the cards, and you can watch that video if you're hearing about cards that you don't see. Alright, so let's see. Alright, we have the Emperor. It's interesting to me that the Emperor shows up, because we had, in the Sunday reading, we had all of these weird, like minor arcana cards that felt like work being done within ourselves to empower us. And yesterday we saw the Magus, right, or the Magician. And the Emperor is Aries energy. He's about taking action. He's about being firm in what he knows to be true. He's about, setting the right person to the right job and having high expectations. He's protected, he's safe, he's secure, he's intelligent and smart. He's all aspects, the best aspects of all of the kings of the court cards, right? He's not going to settle for less. He knows what he needs, what he deserves, and he expects it automatically, right? I love that there's new growth behind him, and we also have this sort of eclipsing energy of both the truth of the sun and the intuition of the moon behind his head. So we're listening to our own intuition, and we're also seeing the truth of that with this card. I feel like we're moving forward in empowerment, right? Our midweek card, if I remember correctly, let me refer back, was the Four of Cups. That Four of Cups was a reluctance, right? An emotional reluctance, or maybe indecision, or not necessarily being willing to sort of take what's being given to us. And I think that part of the reason why that is because it might be undeserving of us, and the Emperor knows that. Does this provide us growth? Does this provide us truth? Are we doing what we need to be doing in a way that's productive and powerful? That would be the Emperor's decision to make, right? And he will make that decision clearly, precisely, and take action on it. Whether that means, cutting someone out, telling someone the truth, letting them know that they're not sort of cutting the mustard, so to speak. The Emperor would be very much the sort of divine masculine figure that would be free to say that. He won't do it necessarily from a place of aggression, but he'll do it from a place of truth, and that truth may not always be simple, easy, or, the most loving, but it is, it's done from a place of love, right? But it's maybe sort of direct, blunt, precise in such a way that people can oftentimes misinterpret it. To me, the Emperor can be about taking back our power, taking a stance on something and holding true to it. And if anything falls beneath that or doesn't fit within that, then we have to sort of, make clear that's not going to be good enough, right? That's sort of my feeling with this Emperor. We're listening to ourselves in the midst of this. We're listening to our own emotions through that Four of Cups that underpins this. If there's something that we don't want or that we're not taking emotionally, right now, it might not be the right time or the right place or the right person or the right situation. And the Emperor is going to know that, and he's going to stand true and firm in that and take action from that place. Let's look at the Hip Hop Queen's Oracle. So we have Foxy Brown, attitude. I love me some Foxy Brown. Look at her, all surrounded by that red fox around her neck, which would be the red that we see in this card of the Emperor, right? And foxes are sly, right? They're not stupid. Foxy Brown, she knows what she wants and how to get it, right? She knows, she sees right through you. Look at those eyes. She's looking right through you. So if there's some sort of bullshit on the table between the Emperor and Foxy Brown's attitude, it's not going to fly. It's not going to be easy to sort of accept, if that makes sense. There's a truth here and an attitude that we need to hold ourselves to a high expectation. That's definitely the Emperor, right? Let me read you Foxy Brown's story. Foxy Brown, attitude, vantage point, shrewdness, no nonsense point of view, mindset, bias, and arrogance. Foxy Brown's lyrical prowess first came into full view when, as a teenager, she bodied her verse on the remix to LL Cool J's fiery track I Shotcha. What happened for the Sly Fox was life changing, as her debut album, Il Nana, catapulted her into a new league of female rappers who strategically wove sex positivity with demands for the finer things in life, simultaneously enchanting and emasculating all the rap male bravado that surrounded her as a member of Nas's The Firm. She brought the feminine energy the crew needed. With the gruffness in her tone and the theme of her lyrics, and of course her whole position in an era still rampant with misogynoir, Foxy Brown pulled no punches, either on or off the track. A Foxy Brown card can pack some major attitude inspo, but that can go in one of two ways. On one end, there's a beauty in standing tall. After all, exuding confidence is typically a good thing. However, if your nose is too high in the sky, you may miss what's right in front of you. That, and no one likes to be around a conceited person all day, every day. Perhaps it's time to humble yourself a bit if you're feeling like your opportunities in life and career are proving to be increasingly limited. You'll be good if you can maintain some self-awareness. I think that the self-awareness is definitely in the Emperor too. I think this is about holding ourselves to a high standard, not necessarily being conceited, but understanding that we know what we want and we're clear on what it needs to be and how it needs to play out. Let's look at the clarifiers. First out is the Devil. So if we're dealing with a situation that feels stuck, not good, we're going to see it and we're not going to stand for it. We're not going to be chained to it any longer. The Emperor is not going to allow for that, like those sort of hijinks to go on. The Devil shows us where our weak points are, right? But the Emperor and Foxy Brown are about holding tight and true to not giving into that mess, basically. Not allowing that to affect us or chain us or pull us in a way, right? Even if it attempts to. We have the High Priestess, which is Piscean energy. She is a pillar card. She's a spiritual awareness. She is about understanding both the dark and the light of a situation and following the spiritual truth that's involved in that. She's not necessarily the most forthcoming of cards, so that attitude or that like look in Foxy Brown's eyes is like there might be a secret that we have or an awareness that we might know that is a true spiritual answer for us, that even in the face of a major adversity like the Devil, we can hold strong and true to and take action on through the Emperor in a way that is spiritually sound and emotionally centered, right? And it is our own truth. The last card is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands could indicate a battle of some sort. There could be something where we're coming up against, some conflicting opinions, conflicting ideas, outside opinions, or politics. I don't feel like it's ours. I feel like with the High Priestess there and Foxy Brown and the Emperor, I feel like we strongly know what's true for ourselves. And we may want to even forego this battle by just holding on to our truth and moving forward in that and keeping that attitude of security with us, right? Not necessarily letting the transition of the Five of Swords unconvince us of what it is we need to do or how it is we need to be or what action we need to take. The grounding stone is on Tiger's Eye and the word is generosity. When I think about generosity in this context, I think it's about us being generous to ourselves and what we deserve. Keeping that attitude of, you know what, no, this is how it needs to be, and I don't really care what your opinions are. I don't really care what your problems are. I know my truth. I may not even need to speak my truth, right? This is about being generous to ourselves and kind enough to ourselves to remain true to who we are, stay in our power, and use that power to sit in our spiritual truth, even amidst some funky situations, right? We see that, what was it? Was it the Four of Cups underneath this? So there's something that might not be meeting our needs emotionally, or might not be quite, we're not quite, it's not that we're not clear on it, it's just, um, uh, it's not answering us in a way that we know we are deserving of. And the High Priestess and the Emperor and Foxy Brown all know that, right? This might be beneath us, this Five of Wands, this clash. And we need to be generous to ourselves and to our beliefs and hold true to those things and know that they matter. That is your forecast for the day. I hope that makes sense. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day and stay strong. Bye-bye.